Yo, yo, yo. What is up? All right. Wow. GME flow. Bulls are coming back. That's kind of cracked. Nothing significant on the dark pool. Yeah, GME heading right into the bull zone again on the 90 minute. This is really good. This is kind of what you want to see. Nothing significant yet. The Bulls are trying to take control. They're really, really close. It's just 200,000 in premium away from just overtaking the Bears. The dark pool, nothing significant. Some 5,000 blocks still coming in. Nothing out of the ordinary. GME popping off here. I'm trying to pop off. So on the 15 minute, you see GME break Metric Pro here, and it had a nice move up. Breaking below the smaller time frame Metric Pro, coming down to test and bounce. So that was really nice to see. This was really good. So Bulls are well in control here, at least on the 15 minute. Yo, what's up, Matthew? What is up? And then on the 90 minute, you can see over here, Jimmy was bullish. Then this was confirmation. And now we're heading to fill the gap. So this is really good. MACD gaining some steam here. So it's flipping to a darker green. That's really good to see. GME is heading well into the bull zone. So that's also really good to see. All right. Let's check the, hold on. Let's put these tables up. So as you can see, the tables on the right-hand side is all green. So that's really good. That's really what we want. That's what you want to see for GME to go or continue to go up. So if this was like red, then you would expect, like, it was red over here, so you would expect GME to move down. But anyways, go into the daily. All right. Waiting for this thing to load. Okay, we're just above the daily here. And this does look like a Dragonfly Doji. So if we somehow close today like this is going to be really bullish. All right, we'll talk about this Dragonfly Doji in a second. But just looking over here, right? This is kind of like what I talked about on Twitter, on X. All right. Let me just get rid of the yellow one so I don't confuse you. All right. The times on the daily that you have broken up and above Metric Pro Plus. All right. Let's not. We can look over here, but it's just like on like it's just lower. But we can. Okay, let's start. Okay, let's start over here. Okay, it broke above here, right? You saw about a 20% move. All right. And if you decide to stay in again, that was another 25% move, right? So if it fell below, went back up, you wanted to take another position here, that was a 25% move. So all in all, that was 19, 25. Let's just say 20 and 25. That's 45% move, right? All right. Moving over here, the time when it broke above Metric Pro Plus, that's 8%. Again, 8% is still something, right? Like if you look at SPY, right? SPY returns about like 13 or whatever, or 10 to 13% per, per year. So you got that whole move in just like less than a month. All right. Over here, you got 7% move. Again, not that bad, right? If you were swinging this, right? I don't recommend to swing, Jamie, but if you're doing calls and stuff and you were entering and exiting, that's a good point. Again, that was earnings. You saw a negative reaction. And when you did get back up above Metric Pro Plus, that's when DFV came back. So this was roughly a 400% move, right? This is on the daily time frame. This is on the daily time frame. All right. And when we did fall below Metric Pro Plus, we saw about a 21% move down. All right. It wasn't that great. Okay. All right. And now if you just waited again, okay, you could have played this over here. And this was roughly 10%-ish. And this was roughly 11%-ish. So that was 21% in total. So now we're heading a new high of the day, Jimmy. Holy shit. Let's fucking go, guys. Let's get fucking hyped up. But here's what I'm talking about, okay? If you're taking your gains, right? You say like, oh, this is just small percentage gains. You have a statistical probability, all right, of making a really good like move up, right? It's statistically probable that you're going to make a good move up, about 10% or more, okay? So if you're looking, let's just go back. Fuck it. Let's just go back here, guys. Let's just fucking use some common sense here. Look. Okay, let's just pick a random time frame. March 2022, right? Ryan Cohen probably bought here. But look at this. You broke above Metric Pro Plus, and that was a 64% move. All right. You broke above it again here. All right. That was about a 24% move. So you can take advantage of this. Oh, yes, Johnny. Yes, let's fucking go. Run, Jimmy. Let's go. Yo, thanks for hitting the like button, you guys. Thank you. But there are significant gains to be made. If you're just a dummy, right? And you're just using which majority of people are, unfortunately, and just use this indicator. It's really fucking good. It's like, how do you miss? How are you going to miss with this? If you turn it off, right? How are you going to know? You don't know. Turn it on. Turn the shit on and just start using it. Look at this. Right? You could catch the move right here on November 28th. Okay, catch the move right here and play it. That was a 37% move, right? So you're looking at this and you're like, the times that it's broken above the Metric Pro Plus on the daily, it's led to some significant gains. On average, about 10% or more, right? You get your move like this. This is crazy, right? But you're like, I don't want to play the daily, right? So let's go down to the 4 hours. Let's go take a look. All right. So for the 4 hours, all right, here it is. Okay. And we'll talk about timing the tops and all that stuff in a second. But here, let's just take a look here. On the larger time frames, right? when GME has gotten up and above Metric Pro Plus on the 4-hour time frame, okay, that's just slightly below the daily time frame, it's led to some significant moves. About 9% there, 11% there, right? If you were just playing this, you just add it up, right? So 11 plus 5 plus 9, right? Just do the math there. And there's one here. That was 30. All right. So let's go and just dissect this whole area right here. All right. So it broke above the 4-hour Metric Pro Plus here. All right. And let's say you held and somehow perfectly timed the top. That's a 458% move. All right. Let's say you did exit at the top there and you took another entry at the bottom and you waited till it got below and you took an entry right here. All right. That led to a rough estimate of 146%. All right. All right. Let's say you move down and you're trying to play this move because you're expecting another move just like this, but you didn't. You set your stop loss accordingly, and that was an 8% move. That's not bad. That was 8%, 21%. Again, we talked about this one. That was about 10, and this was about 11. Right? So now we're here, and we're at 5%. If we're expecting another 10% or up to a 10% move, we should go up here to 236 at 24. So that's what we're looking at. Right? So let's just delete this for a second. So we've talked about taking our fib low down here to our fib high, generating these fibs. And we talked about catching the fib here. We saw a bounce. Catching the fib here again. We saw a bounce. That was a terrible arrow. Okay, we caught the fib here. That's another bounce. Then we caught the fib here again for the 4th time. And let's see what happens, you guys. Because this is getting exciting. So if you're trying to time the top, just go to the smaller time frame, like on a rough like 10 minutes or so. Okay. And you're zooming in. It's not going to be perfect. Right? It's not going to be perfect, but you get to look at the 4-hour, the 10-minute, maybe even like a 15-minute or something, right? Okay. So if you took your position here, right? Because although you're starting to test here, right? That might make you nervous, but if you zoom out to the 4-hour, right? You're like nowhere near like at all like breaking below that point. So okay, maybe you are, but all right, let's just be conservative then. Let's say you take your position here. Okay. That is still a 4,000 move up. But let's go back over here. My drawing's wrong. My chart just shifted like a lot. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, this is what I was talking about. I don't know why my chart shifted. That was stupid. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about here, around the 15. So if you zoom out to the 4. Oh my god. Okay, if you zoom out to the 4, you don't see that. Okay, so on the 15, you're kind of going like this, right? You don't see that on the 4. So you should still remain bullish, right? So if you look, and then if you go back to your smaller time frame, if you want to play like maybe the 10 or 15 minute, doesn't really matter. All right. And you get price action that looks like this, right? This is probably where I'd take profit. Okay. So from the low here, when we entered, let's say like you enter at 11, all right? And you exit over here. That's still almost a 300% move up. That's incredible. All right, let's just look at a Dragonfly Doji and why it's significant. Um, all right. So you get your Dragonfly Doji, and then you get confirmation as price moves higher. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You got your opening close at the top here, right? A low price and a high price. Okay, so it's basically a reversal pattern. All right, and if you look over here and you go to the daily, all right, you do have a Dragonfly Doji right here. Although I would like this to get a little bit higher, which it probably will. And that would be really, really good for Jimmy. But that's just one small factor in our analysis. If you start to look at the larger picture, if you take your fib high over here, and then you take your fib low, or sorry, take your candle high and candle low down here. All right, you generate your fibs to the upside. Okay, so your first resistance per se would be 2404. Okay, so that's just right above DFE's cost basis. So what you want to see is GME break 2404, hold it, and head to the 382. Okay, where you'll probably face a little bit more resistance. Because again, if you draw a straight line cross like this, you'll see that historically, right, it's been support and resistance. So, and more recently, resistance. Yeah. All right, Matthew loaded up on the October 18, 23C, and you're up 20% already? Let's go. Let's go, Matthew. Yeah, on the 15-minute, you can see that GME broke below metric pro plus. So this is a bearish indicator already. And that was just before earnings. So you could have, you know, play this move. Anyways, come down, right? Try to break above metric pro plus several times. And when it finally did break out, you saw a really good explosion to the upside. All right. So if you took a position here and you're over here, that would have been about a 14%, almost a 15% move. All right. It came back down to test metric pro plus. All right. And the bulls just stepped right in. So that's really, really good to see. That's really, really bullish. Let's take a look at a few more of the indicators out here. So let's go back to the 90-minute. Let's look at the Bollinger Bands. Let's turn this off. So the Bollinger Bands is starting to spread apart. So, oh my God. So as you can see, it tightened up over here, right? Consolidated. And then started to expand. So this over here, the tightening up over here in this space was a signal that there will be volatility, right, coming up. So that's really cool to see. What you want to see is these lines continue to expand, kind of like this, right? And price just kind of stay within these bands. All right. If you see like a very sharp move up away from the bands, you should expect price to come back down and stay within these bands here. So, but right now That's what we're seeing on the 90 minute. On the 4 hour, okay, so on the 4 hour, you're at the top of that Bollinger Band. And so as you can see, when price did try to break above the Bollinger Band, it got brought back down. So what you want to see is at least GME try to hold kind of like this area right here and let this band kind of move up like this, right, alongside like this. On the daily, so the daily Bollinger Band is all the way up here at 24.57. So this is really good, at least on the daily, doing like a daily analysis. You kind of bounced off of the lows here, right? And once you broke above this, the basis line, right, then you started making your way up to the top. So what you want to see is GME try to continue making your way up to the top, Bollinger Band kind of going like this, and you hitting a resistance point right here. That's when I expect GME to try to base at the 236. On the daily, the RSI looks pretty good. All right, so it's above 50. That's good. What you want to see is for it to get into the bull zone. All right, so the times that GME has made its way to the bull zone, it's led to a really good price action. So if you're over here, right, this is kind of the same story we're at today, right, where we got out of the 50 line, right, but this just kind of it just made its way all the way to the bull zone. So, but it stayed in the bull zone, all right, from May 3rd all the way to May 15, right? Then the indicator started cooling off, but you can see that it's led to some significant gains. Okay, the time over here on Thursday, June 6th, right, from 29 to 47, right, or 48 or whatever. So yeah, 47.50. So that was, well, how many is that in percentage gains? That was 53% in one day. So just guys, just thinking about that, right? Getting into the top of that bull zone is really, really important. And then the last time we touched it was somewhere over here. And that day was about a 5% move. But I didn't really fully cross it though. I'm looking for times where it did cross it here. So there's one here. Right? So the moment you got into the bull zone, that was a 61% move. But I won't dissect the rest. We're just looking at, we're focusing on the now. So this is what we're looking at. On the weekly's tightening up, right? So this is what you want to see. So earlier we talked about this. So go back to the 90 minutes, right? Apply this concept, right? But to the weekly, okay? So you see how it started to tighten up and then consolidated for a little bit, then explosion, right? So what you want to see on the weekly is for this to tighten up a little bit more, right? Price get above this basis line, right? Consolidate a little bit, right? So it kind of looks like this. Then you make your explosion again, right? But on the weekly, it's looking good. MACD is losing steam here on the red, and just wait for that cross. Once we get another cross, wow, we are going to see another move up for sure. But there's time. There's time. Not financial advice, but there's time. And price may not come back to these levels. This may be the last time we might see GME in the 20s. But also what you want to see again on the RSI too, on the weekly, is for it to come up here, right, to the bull zone. So again, the last times we did that was over here, but we didn't even touch that since January 2020. So if you're able to make another move up to the bull zone, expect another price action just like this, and possibly even bigger, right? So that's what you're hoping for. All right, final time frame on the monthly. The monthly is just barely holding above the 50, right? But the MACD cross is really, really good. So if you're looking at this, right, you want MACD to cross above here for confirmation of an uptrend. This may be, I don't know, maybe going into the end of the year, maybe, right? December, you move up here. That could be leading into December, maybe January. We might have a repeat of September 2020. So that's really crazy. That's really good news. But just looking at the regular time frames, this is what we have. This is what we're working with, and we're gonna analyze it to the best of our ability. On the moving averages on the daily time frame. Why is it not loading? Hello? All right, I guess we can't. I guess it's stopping us from loading up the 50 and 200. All right. Does the first open and closed candle above MP or MP plus to trigger a bullish trade need to be green, or is it okay if it's still red, the candle? Yeah, that's a good question. So why isn't this loading? Damn. Okay, whatever. Shit. I guess we can't. I guess we don't have access to that. Okay, so if you look here, I'll just draw it out for you. Right, say this is Metric Pro. It's kind of trending down like this, right? All right, do like purple or something. All right, then price is having its candles kind of like this, right? Then kind of like this or whatever. All right, so the moment you touch this line, right, with that candle, doesn't matter if it's green or red. Well, actually it does matter, because if you're red, you're closing the day down here, right? But if you're green, then you're closing that candle right here. So that's bullish, right? Here, let me just do that in green, okay? Then this is red down here. All right, so your candle, right? So let's say you open over here, right? Close up here, right? So that's bullish, that's green, right? But if you open here, move down here, right? Close over here, that's bearish, right? So what you want to see is for Metric Pro to kind of do, or you want to see the candles kind of go up like this. Or if it's bearish, right, then you'll see a candle just looks like this. Right? If you see a candle that looks like this, right, that means price closed right here. So you don't, this is bearish. You don't want to enter a trade like that, because even though it did touch Metric Pro Plus here, your final price action is right here, right? But let's say you do cross above like this, right? So you're not touching Metric Pro Plus, that's bullish. All right. You can still gamble over here. Let's say if you close up here on the green, right? And you know you're going to close up here on the green, you can still take a trade there, right? It's just, a little bit more risky. All right, let me find you an example here. Let me find you an example. Let me just delete this. Oh my gosh, whoops. Okay, here let me find you an example. All right. Here, I put the colors back on the chart so we're all on the same page. All right. So if are you talking about like kind of price action like this? Right? Like if you look like this candle, right, is red. Is that what you're talking about? Or this candle's red. Yeah, so if you're talking about a candle like this, right? Okay, so on the top left here, you'll see your open, high, low, close, right? So you just read it. If it says the close is at 390, right? So 390, this is where it closed. It closed on the bottom side, right? But it's still above Metric Pro Plus. Okay, so you know your next candle will open up somewhere beside it, right? So that should be bullish. That's still bullish as long as you're above it, right? So if you break this down, because like your candles, right? Like the way you read your candles, like just super quick for everybody that doesn't know too. Like if you're over here, right? And if you close to the downside, right? This is your low close. This is your wick low. This is your wick high. And this is your close if you were to go to the upside, right? And you'll open somewhere around here. But yeah, color doesn't matter. Yeah, color doesn't technically matter. Yeah, as long as you got a candle close. Like it could be red, it could be green. But generally, yeah, the first candle that you want to see is the first candle that should try to do it. It should be green. Like if you see the times that it's broken above, it should be green. Right? If you get price action like this, right, where you're kind of just like trending that line and you're not really sure, right, then you have to have your stop loss like where's your stop loss here? Oh my god. Right, set it to something that's like comfortable, right, and just follow that line, right? So once you hit your target, right, take profit, right? But if you don't, then you got to stop loss somewhere out. But yeah, like this candle, right? This candle, they're all green. I don't know if I've seen, like this is a red candle, right? But it doesn't close above. This is also green. Okay, so this is a red candle. This is probably what you're talking about. So again, this candle, all right? So this candle closed right here. And I'll just redraw that into yellow or something. Right? So technically you're still above Metric Pro Plus, but right? But you didn't get a full candle close above like this, right? Where you're not touching Metric Pro at all. Right? This did still touch Metric Pro. Right? So you gotta be cautious. You gotta be risky, right? You gotta be risky. So if you're being risky, right? Just take your stop loss and kind of go like this, right? Then and set it to something comfortable. I don't know, 2 or 3% or whatever. And you just follow this line. And you're like, oh shit, stopped. Then you'd have to wait for another good entry, right? But what you really want to see is a candle like this. Here, I'll put this in a different color. Like maybe, I don't know. No, you can't see it like that. No, that's worse. So you want to see a candle like this. But that may not be always the case, right? This is the 90-minute, right? So the 90 minutes will give you like a bigger picture, right? But you want to look at like a smaller time frame, right, for a little bit more confirmation. You're like, oh shoot, yeah, it is going up. Okay, well, the chart just shifted me. Right? But something like this, when you start to break above, even though you touch the line, right? You're like, okay, that's where I gotta set my stop loss now. Like, if I'm targeting the moon or whatever it is, right? Move this stop loss down, whatever it may be, whatever you're comfortable with, right? So risk to reward ratio, you wanna bump that up. Okay, and then you just move this line. So you're going here, you're like, okay, I haven't been stopped out yet. It's touching Metric Pro. This is scary. Could break below, but I haven't been stopped yet because I'm just following the line, right? So you just do that, right? Hopefully that made sense. Yeah. All right, so over here on the daily, you're kind of the same thing. You're touching that line, right? So if it does closer to the end of the day, right? If this candle does become smaller, like that dragonfly doji we were talking about, right here, right? You can, right? You can take an entry there. Just again, set your stop loss accordingly. Right? You can set it tight, like maybe 3 or 4%. It's up to you. But maybe you'll stick with 5. Be a little bit more risky. Then try to aim for like 15. So then you just move along the line. It's on the 1 minute. GME turned bearish. Right? Like if you get like a candle like this, right? You see this? Where it's like just like kind of teetering just right on the cusp of breaking out, right? And you're not sure if you should take an entry. So you can be risky, right? Just set your stop loss. And then right with this candle, right, you've broken above. So right, that's probably what I do. Something like that. Then just ride it. Right? Could have been almost stopped out here, right? But just keep riding it, right? Keep riding it. Then you're up here and you're like, oh shit. Stop out, take the gains. All right, let's check the flow alerts. Yeah, how are the bulls? Oh, wow. The bulls are almost coming back to life. That's incredible. Wow, the bulls are actually coming back to life. That's nuts. Okay, dark pool. Nothing. All right, once we see something, you know. I think I'd rather wait for the whole candle with the wick close above because this indicators produce a lot of entries, so I'd rather wait and be picky. Yeah. There are times where I've definitely caught myself being a lot risky, you know, and if you play that route, you know, you got to stop loss accordingly, because if you don't, it might lead to some significant losses. Let me see. Let me find a good example. Like this, right? Like you could definitely take an entry here, right? But if you don't set your stop loss, right? Look at that. You just keep falling. So you want to make sure you're in a good position. But anyways, Yeah, patience is key for sure with this kind of stuff. The bulls are very, very close to taking control in the premiums. 0.06 away. That's incredible. That's actually incredible. The bulls started like they were all the way down here at the beginning of the day. They were down. Yeah, it was almost down a milli. Then they came back. Okay, so I think it might just cool off here for a little bit, and then I think we might start to see some, at least something going to power hour at least. Because let's take a look. Okay. The 4 hour is good. The 4 hour is good, guys. The 4 hour today. Yeah, today. You got your cross. Well, you got your cross yesterday. No, I'm trolling. Today. Oh my god. You got your cross today. That's really good. Waiting for the orange one to go up too, but this is really good. First step in the right direction. Yeah, on the 90-minute, it tried to hit the bull zone, rejected, and it came down. So, but you still want to see it kind of base and just stay up here. The moment where you fall below 50, that's when you'll expect some bearish price action. But right now, we're not quite there yet, so we'll see. Matthew, Lord, my cost base is by 2 cents today, so pretty jacked about that. Let's go. Let's go. Hell yeah, man. That's what you want to see. Yeah, nothing significant in the dark pool yet. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, you guys. This is bullish. On the smaller time frames, if this yellow line catches up with price action, it might be bearish for the short term. Kind of like this over here and this over here. But so far so good. So far so good. On the daily, it's just right. Why is that here? Yeah, right now you can see that price is just right at that metric pro plus line. So a bounce would be preferred here. So this is able to bounce, you know, get that dragonfly doji, and then we move further up and close the gap. But yeah, nothing to be too concerned about yet. Oh yeah, so this was 23. Oh, this was yesterday. So no orders over 100K yet. Let's filter this out by maybe 10K. GME bounced well off the metric pro on the 5 minute. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, there's a small bounce right here. That's not bad. All right, Jimmy. Keep going, buddy. You can do it. Okay, on the 1 minute, it has gotten above metric pro plus, so this is good. Yeah, so no options chain. Max pain is still at 2050 for this week. It seems like a lot of people started loading up like way out of the money. That's kind of nuts. Look at this. Calls out of the money. 84,000. That's actually crazy. Gonna buy 50 more shares right now. I'm addicted to lower my basis. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Let's go. This is looking good on Jimmy. I mean, we did break metric pro plus, so let's see how far I can push up. RSI is kind of cooling a little bit, but guess we'll find out. Rough, yeah, man. Oh, the bulls are coming back. Oh, they're just touching right. Wow, it's like kind of equal. 5.71 and 5.71. Okay, we'll make a post once this does break above, but that's really cool. Hoping that the bulls will take control. But taking a look very quickly at the other stuff. So you got place, which is just cracked out of its mind. And trying to hold 382 here. If you can hold this, a push to 23.25 is probable. SPY holding strong. QQQ also holding strong. Does have a gap to the downside here at 475, but nothing bearish about that yet. But you should expect a gap fill at 493 ish. 494. Okay, so this one is just net premiums. So the one in the yellow is just price action. The green represents the bears and the red represents the, or sorry, the green represents the bulls and the red represents the bears. So if the bears are expecting downside, then they're going to buy, you know, puts or whatever, right? And bulls are going to buy calls. So this is just all what it is. So this is red net put premiums. So how many people have spent money on puts, and net call premium, how many people have spent money on calls. Oh yeah, sure. So if you go to the Discord, load it up. All right. In unusual whales tab. Okay, so you're gonna open this. You're gonna go down to flow alerts. Is that right? No, sorry, net flow. Oh my god. So unusual whales, go down to net flow, and then you're going to type /net flow. Get your ticker GME. All right. Type put and call premium. All right. And just click enter. And it should just show up. And that's what it looks like. Who's Lotte? That's me. That's my Discord username. But yeah, so that's how you generate this. So just head over to unusual whales, head down to net flow, type /net flow, follow the instructions, and you should get something that looks like this. Yeah, no, it's all good, Matthew. It's all good. We're all here learning. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, nothing sizable in the dark pool, so nothing's telling me that something crazy is happening. Okay, so on the 1 minute, you see the MACD just crossing here, so that's really good. But yeah, waiting for the RSI to come, or come up to the bull zone, and we'll see something that looks like this. That happened earlier. We started from 22 and made almost a whole dollar move up. So on the larger time frame, if we do make that kind of sizable move up, should expect to at least close the gap. $30 it looks like we might have a MACD cross though, so that's pretty good. $15 RSI looks like it's making its way to the bull zone, so let's find out. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like. But yeah, looking at our first target, really it's just, first of all, closing this gap. Then if we do somehow manage push further up, look at 2404 as a first line of resistance. And if you happen to break that, right, you're looking at 29. But we'll talk about that when we get there. But right now it's looking pretty good. So far, right? We've talked about this several times. With the golden pocket, managed to bounce off. Right here again, managed to bounce off, and over here you bounced off, and over here you've bounced off. So that's really good. Yeah, it's just for the day. So you can calculate this like so. If you have on the Discord, you can sort it. So once you type in /netflow GME, you can show 0 DTE contracts, OTM only. But I don't select any of these. I just click it just like as a whole. But make sure to just put and call premium is selected, right? And the current day is selected. So, but if you don't want to look at the current day, you can switch to 7 days. So a day, you can look at yesterday, you can look at 7 days ago, or you know. Here, let's see what it does. So then this is just for the week, I think. Did I do this right? Oh no, I don't know why it's not doing it. 7 days. Or maybe it did. Okay, there we go. Finally it did it. Okay, so there. That's what it looks like from Monday, September 9 to Tuesday, September 17. So this is what the price action looks like with the premiums. So you can sort it like that. But I like to look at day to day because that's what we're working with. Yeah, no problem, Matthew. No problem. All right. So GME on the 1 minute RSI is coming down to test the 50 line. And we are having a bearish MACD cross that is about to be completed. So that's just on the 1 minute. Hey, on the bigger time frame, you guys, it's still really bullish. All right. So don't get that misconstrued. So now we're breaking below. So should expect at least Metric Pro to act and catch it here. If it doesn't, then fall below. Maybe let's just draw our fibs. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. So if it does break the 236, we're probably looking at the 382 here at 22.26. So it's a 20-cent move down. On the 1 minute, you did leave some gaps still to the upside, so we should see. This is going to be interesting. All right, Metric Pro did catch it a little bit, so that's pretty cool. And you're bouncing off a little bit off the 236. Oh shit, Jimmy! Nice. Yep, the Bulls have taken control now. So the Bears are down 0.02. Okay, so that's bullish. On the dark pool. Okay, nothing sizable yet, but yep. Yep, let's get spicy. Let's do it. On 2250, holy moly, what's going on? On the 90 minute, still trying. On 30 minutes. So maybe closer to market close, we might see a bull cross here. We'll see. 15 minute. Yeah, it's all right. The 5 minute, okay. So if we're able to get it back up above the trend, head into the bull zone, that could be really good for GME on the 5 minute. This could develop into power hour. But let's just continue looking at the 1 minute. That is pretty cool. Yeah, GME just bulls taking control now. So that's pretty cool. Wow. 40 call. Okay. Really? It's not that sizable, but it's still 17K. That's nothing to play around with, right? That's still a lot of money. Wow, 40 call. And everyone else is playing around with this. Interesting. Yeah, Bulls are taking control now. Let's go, GME. You bought a January 16, 26, 30 C leap today. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, good luck. For sure. Let's hope it pays off. Let's see here. Yeah, on the 1 minute's looking good. 5 minutes. Yeah, well, we're getting there. Once you break that trend line there, get a MACD cross, get into the bull zone. We're off into the races. Close the gap here. Oh, it's looking good so far. Yeah, so far nothing to be bearish about. Even on the 10. On the 10, if I started seeing a price action that kind of looks like this, right, where metric pro comes up and then price comes down, then I'd be kind of nervous. Well, I think GME, I think it might mirror like kind of like what Tesla's doing, I feel like, but there's two different companies. So one of them produces cars and the other one sells video games. But if you let's go on the weekly time frame. Let's take a look. Right? Like everyone was bearish on Tesla here. Right? And then all of a sudden it made a 2000% move up. Like, you know, do I believe in MOAS? Yeah, it's possible. I'm not gonna say it's not impossible. It's possible. It's possible. Like, do I think like GME over 100, like 100K? I don't know. Probably that's probably like unrealistic. Like, there are, I forgot what company it was, but there was an instance where a company was trading like, you know, a few, like 50 or $100 or something, and then it skyrocketed to like 20,000. But yeah, over 100K, I don't know. Might be a little too crazy. Right? Like, yeah, like, yeah, you have like VW, right? But even with VW, let's take a look at it went from like less than 100 to like almost 1,000. So if you're really bull, right, and you believe in like flags or whatever, right, like bull flags, okay, you could be targeting 1800. Like that is a real possibility, right? Is it going to happen tomorrow? I don't know, right? Like could take, you know, months, maybe years to complete, right? But the way you do it is you take your flag, okay, and then take your clone to the base that leads you to 18. Right? So that's a possibility. Like 18 is a possibility. Like for Tesla, let me see. Let me find like an example for you. Like over here. Right, if you kind of just go like this. might be a terrible drawing. I mean, that was like pretty far-fetched, but it worked out. But that wasn't in the span of like a few weeks. That was like years. Well, let's look at it on the monthly. Okay, on the monthly, it looks a little bit better. Yeah. So if you look here, yeah, that looks a little bit better. Guys, then you flag out like that. Clone. You achieve your profit target. The only thing with this, it came back and retested that. So, where's my drawing tool? Broke out and tested that line. But anyways, that's just a little tinfoily, but just to show you what's possible. Yeah, let's look at Fintel. Let's see what they have GME registered at for their short. It went up. It actually went up, you guys. Oh my god. Okay, so here it is. I think it went up by like 0.3. Because it was at like a 9.1 something. I swear to god it was. And now it's 9.41%. So it's actually going up. What the hell? That's crazy. No way. That's crazy. Ten minutes is looking good. Oh, Jimmy. Yeah, Bull's in full control. Yeah. Oh, this is looking good. That's not bad. Nothing under dark pool is sizable. Yeah, but this is really good. Bulls came back. to control the premiums. One minute is bearish. Okay, let's see what happens for power hour. Yeah, that's the goal today. Yeah. One can dream. Let's look at the daily. Right now, it's not really looking. It's not looking like a dragonfly at all. But let's just wait. .30-minute, you're getting really close to a cross. Just I don't know if it's gonna complete. Maybe in the next 22 minutes it might. Let's find out. Nothing bearish on the 5 minutes yet. So, but the minute's losing a little bit of steam. Place. Oh my god, this is just incredible. So MACD look good on a daily. Now let's look. I mean, sure, why not? Right? This bar is higher than this bar, and it's still green. So that's good. If you got a bar that kind of looks like this, that's like kind of like an indication that you might be losing a little bit of steam. But yeah, that looks good. Right? You're wanting confirmation. So you're wanting this to cross above. And this kind of go like this. Right? And then price goes to the moon. But we're not quite there yet. Like you could get something that looks like this where it's green and then all of a sudden it's red. But right now, if you were to trend to the upside, this is good. Nothing since 1148. Interesting. So far, yeah, nothing too crazy right now. Just Jimmy's just chilling. Nothing on the dark pool either. Wow. 10 minutes? Nothing too crazy. 5 minute. Ooh, 5 minute. Yeah, well, 5 minutes starting to break down below metric pro. So if it does break below and breaks lower, right, I would expect to come down and test this range here. And the 1 minute we've already seen it break down kind of like this, right? And start to trend lower. Yeah, the 1 minute looks pretty bare. All right, it's not the end of the world. Oh, this is very slow price action. Not very volatile today. Nothing coming in a dark pool. Wow, that's interesting now, I feel like. Is this the longest break we've had in the dark pool? Looks like it. Because this was a while ago. Wow, bulls are dominating now. Price isn't even going up. That's criminal. All right. Not a crypto dude, but I think some exposure makes sense. Yeah, so again, it really just depends on, like, if your state taxes you, like big time on Bitcoin or not, or like in Canada, like they tax you a shit ton, so it doesn't make sense for you to, you know, maybe it does for some people, but to directly buy Bitcoin. But ETF, like an ETF might be the way to go. You have to look at the management expense, right? If you're gonna get into that. So let's just duplicate this. So there's Grayscale. Right, there's Grayscale. But if you really, so here's the thing, right? So you look at, let's just talk about the expense first. So expense here is 1.5%. That's really high. Right? Like generally like ETFs are like what, like 0.08% or some shit. Like, but yeah, I guess it's a lot to manage Bitcoin. So, all right, so IBIT, let's see. Okay, the expense for this one's 0.1212. So that's not bad. That's not terrible, right? I don't know. Like, if you put your money in this at the start of the year, right? You'd be here. 65%. That's not bad. It's not terrible, right? That's like really good. Like what SPY's only 12 or 13 or something, right? So that's already 6 times more. So it's long Bitcoin and short the US dollar. So it's totally up to you. If you really want a true one-to-one, it would have to be MSTR, right? And with MSTR, you don't even pay an expense fee, right? The only fee they might be paying is your brokerage. But if you're doing like, if you really want like almost like pretty much like a one-to-one, it's gonna be MSTR. Because with the Bitcoin ETFs, like they don't even pay you a dividend, right? So like if that's their thing, like you want like some sort of payout, right? Like let's say, I don't know. Let's say you bought it over here, right? Because you don't have any of these indicators, but you bought it over here, right? Dude, you're down like 5%. That was from April to October, right? It's almost October, right? So it's like, right? April, May, June, July, August, September, and then almost October, you're down 5%. Like that's kind of, that doesn't sound great. And on the and like year to date, you're up like 30% or whatever. That's not bad, right? It's not terrible, but again, it's like, I don't know. Yeah, MSTR doesn't pay dividend, but it's more like volatile in a sense that like, for example, like if you took a position, right? Okay, last year in October, right? You're up almost 400% in 1 year. That's kind of cracked. So it's like technically pays for itself. Like, sure, if you're getting on the hype and you bought at the highs here, like you'd be down. But if you really believe that Bitcoin's going to the moon, right? So let's just load it up. Like, right? 95K. Right? So you break the golden pocket, head to 6770, break all-time highs over here, and head to 95. Right? So that's a 50% move, right? And then just apply that to MSTR, right? Probably head to 263. So yeah, nothing truly gets me like excited with the Bitcoin ETFs. Like, I gotta be honest with you, like if you just traded Coca-Cola, you'd be richer. Like, not even shitting you. I am not even joking you. Like, if you bought Coca-Cola over here or over here, right? When I started to originally break above Metric Pro, dude, that's a 33% move with dividend payments. So, yeah. Buffett holds a lot of Coke. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, let's get this power hour thing going. Oh my god. Okay, so nothing sizable yet. The bulls are in full control for sure. Oh yeah. On the flow alerts, pretty much nothing. Oh yeah, we gotta go see the here, let's load this up. Gotta look at the whale feed. Someone's loading up for sure. Let's go. Let's see this. Good, bounces off the 5 minute. All right, let's see. Yeah, we're getting there. 22:53. Okay, we're starting to get some movement. 30 minutes. Let's see. We did not. Wow. Did we actually not get that yet? Oh, in 5 minutes. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Okay, in 5 minutes. Let's see if this turns green. That'll be really cool. The 90 minutes. Tell me we're okay, we're testing the trend line, but okay, some nice bounces. It's not bad. 2255, 2257. Yeah, this is probably like maybe the zone that I will have to try to break a little bit in order to go higher and maybe close this gap right there. People are speculating Unity. Unity and GME, something to do with them. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. All I know is that I'll believe it when I see it, you know. Because Unity, let's duplicate this. Unity started breaking out over here. It's pretty good. Yeah, if you took a position here, you might have stopped out. But if you got back in again, that would have been a nice 35% move. Incredible. Oh no, I don't think Unity's I don't think GME is trying to acquire this company. They're at $9 billion. I think just strengthening the balance sheet, I think is what GME is just trying to accomplish right now, and just really just transforming the company. Then maybe later down the road, but I just don't think like in the near future, like we'll get some sort of merger or acquisition. Like if your goal is to turn GME, like they haven't fully done it yet, right? Where it's like consistently profitable, right? And then you acquire or something, right? Like with a company, and you take on their problems, then you have to deal with those problems too, on top of what you already have. So it just doesn't make any sense. Right. What I mean by consistently profitable is like literally like every quarter, this is green. This shit's green. Green, green, green. Right. So EPS has to consistently be positive, and then they'll start to repair revenue and find new streams of revenue, right? And then once you can do that and continually have positive free cash flow, then you'll, you know, but look at this just annually. Like, look, this is bullish, guys. Like, if you do a trend, right, you just draw a line, right? That's like, it's always going up every year. Okay, so that was sizable, 11K, but it's not enough for me to like turn my head and be like, oh my god, that's crazy. Wow, pretty quiet so far. All right, let's look at a 30-minute. Let's see if it flipped green. It did not. Oh my god. Okay. So it's about the same. Cool. So I think that might be it for GME. Just going towards the end of the day, to be honest with you. Yeah, currently looking at this as resistance. You want GME to at least try to base around here, but it's like below it so far. You just want it to like hold this line and then be able to test this, where we'll probably close the day there. Yeah, finishing green would be great. Yep, yep. I want to see it push a little bit higher. I want to see that doji, that the dragonfly doji. Come on, Jimmy, you can do it. Just a little bit more believing. Oh shit, guys, let's get some rockets in the chat here. Throw in some rockets. Let's see. Come on, push it. Wow, Unity is actually just pushing through. Unity up almost 7%, 6.32. So the top side of Metric Pro on the weekly does come in at 26.38. So that's probably where I'd see some rejection. We don't have monthly data yet, but that's okay. On a daily, it did break above. That's really good. That's also kind of where the 236 comes in. So you gotta be careful with this line here. So if you do take a position now, that's probably where I'd look to maybe take something. Not financial advice, obviously. But yeah, GME right now, kind of doing nothing, to be honest with you. No, nothing over. Oh, no, I'm just trolling myself. So nothing over 10K that's like sizable. Jimmy, the bulls just continue to hammer away. Let's go. Okay, 22.52. Here we go. Come on. Come on, Jimmy. You can do it. Get into the bull zone. So far doing nothing. Wow, that's incredible. Nothing sizable in the dark pool. All right, so GME did break below Metric Pro. I would expect it to come down a little bit then. And right now we're hitting the fifth. Yeah, we're right below 50. Okay, there it is. GME halted again. Halted at 22.49. Five-minute. What's going on here? Okay, nothing too crazy. Nothing bearish yet on the 5 minutes though, so this is all good. Making higher lows in the 5, yeah. Flow alerts. So nothing after that 40 call. That's interesting. Okay, so here we go on the 5 minute. Again, you're looking to hit this price right here. Nearing a bullish cross though. Oh, right here, but that's okay. What about the 3 minute? 3 minutes looks good. Though I rarely use this to trade, but Unity is just pushing up, you guys. What in the actual F is this? That's crazy. But yeah, like I said, 26.46 or 26.37 or whichever one comes first. That's, you know, Metric Pro Plus. That's one I'd look to see. Because you're just getting right into that zone right there. Right? So Unity saw some resistance here and possibly here, right? So if you did take your trade, you entered here, targeting Metric Pro Plus. 43%, you guys. Wow, that's crazy. That's a 43% move. So in a few weeks, you would have seen at least a 40% move. That's crazy. Unity at 23 now. That's cracked. Holy cow. And GME pushing to that golden pocket. Let's see what's going on. Nothing on the dark pool. Bulls are, we already know, bulls are well in control. Okay, so we got a new order that came in. Interesting. 2254. Here we go. GME. It's a cent below that golden pocket. Let's get an accurate number here. Yeah. Run GME run. Okay, so GME going right into that golden pocket, just like we talked about, you guys. So let's see if GME can hold this and base around here, right? So what you want to see is, yep. So push up there, kind of hold this area, and push up again to test 2262 and possibly fill that gap left on the 5 minute. I mean, there, or not 5 minute, 1 minute. Okay. Guys, get some rockets in the chat. I want to see this shit. We could break the high of the day today. Get some rockets in the chat. Oh my god. Push. Holy shit. Let's fucking go, guys. What the fuck? Like, fucking Unity just said we're going. Hop in. Oh my god. What is going on? I mean, Spy just doing jack all, but look at this. 2262. So if Jimmy does come down here, you're gonna try to hold this base at the golden pocket. But a break above here, right? Above the 786 and 886, you're definitely going here and you're making a new high today. So let's see. On the 5 minute, it's very, very close, you guys, to that bullish MACD cross. So on the 5 minute, it's very bullish. I mean, it has been for a little bit already, but on the 5 minute, it's been bullish since right here. Right, so if this morning, if you took a trade here, that's a 3.5% move in a span of a few hours. Like, okay, 15 looks decent. Okay. On the 90, it's about the same. Four hour looks good. Look at that MACD. Wow, beautiful. The RSI is trying to get into the bull zone. So the last time we at least tried to touch the bull zone was over here in July. And when we did break above it was in June. And then when the kitty came back. So the 4 hours looking really good, you guys. Okay, let's go back to the 5 minute though. Wow, Unity. Unity pushing. Again, you're looking at 26. You're looking at 26. Oh, it's kind of unstoppable. All right, GME coming down. Like I mentioned, you got a base around here, right? You got a base. The golden pocket. Turn the resistance into new support. Push higher, break above the 786, and test 2266 here, right? Yeah, I want to see the thing, but it's not loading for me. Like they just hate me or something. Like this is literally a free. Okay, there we go. Now it's starting to do it. Oh my god. So GME above the 50 on the daily on the 50 and 200 moving average. So on the daily time frame, GME is just right above that 50. So that's really good. The last time we were above it, I mean, it was over here, right? The last time we did get back above it over here, right? We saw a nice move up, but that's because we said we got this. But this is good. This is developing. Yeah, the 50. Yeah. Yeah, this is developing. All right, turn this shit off. Let's go over here. We got about 10 minutes left, you guys. 10 minutes. Oh my god, GME is not holding. It's not holding it. What is in the dark pool? Nothing's happening in the dark pool though. The bulls are in full control, so that's good to see. And the flow alerts, yeah, this one came in right after the 40. 44k in premium. That's not chump change. That's still a lot. Yeah. All right, 10 minutes. Or 9 minutes and 43 seconds left. On the 1 minute, you're testing Metric Pro Plus. Or not. Wow, that's a big move down. Whereas Unity's just continuing to push. It's well in the bull zone now. Guys, we gotta manifest that good energy. In the chat, send all your rockets for the last 10 minutes. Let's go. Come on, Jimmy, send it. Interesting. So if we do happen to break above Metric Pro and Metric Pro Plus and Metric Pro, should expect another retest of the golden pocket and possibly 2262 again. But all in a span of less than 10 minutes. Oh, maybe. We'll see. Anything's possible. Yeah, candle closed above Metric Pro Plus on the daily. Yeah. That would be really good. And Unity. Unity just pushing hard. Wow. Wow, that's cracked. Okay, so GME breaking that now. Okay, so we are testing the golden pocket one more time and looking to get to at least 2262. But I think this might be our top today. Not sure if we'll actually break this. If we do, then that's a plus. Wow, bulls are really in control now for sure. Okay, so this one just came in too. 21.5 put. 15,000. Yeah. They bought it. All right, so good luck to whoever bought that. Again, we are looking to break this range right here. Just turn green on your June 25 leaps. Let's go. That's what you want to see, right? That's what you want to see. Okay, so we're right above the golden pocket now. Just a few more minutes, you guys. Then market will be closed. So hold this range, push higher, retest 2262, or just kind of just this is it for today. So we'll see. Okay, right after this guy bought his put, a call came in. 16K. But that's interesting. Oh shit, Jimmy, come on. Okay. Oh my god, this is intense. It's like Can it do it? Because if it does go a little bit higher, you know, you might just keep going. I don't know. Got 3 minutes to do this. Oh shit. Holy F. Come on, Jimmy. Or here we are. Just again. We're just, like I said, we're either just going to base here, the golden pocket, or we're going to go up here, test this, and hopefully break it. And then close the day somewhere up here. But I think that might be it for today. Dark pool really quick. Let's look. Nothing. This was the last order. $22.60. Push it. Push it. Oh. Oh. Right at the 22. Oh shit! It's actually doing it. No, I couldn't. It can't, right? It can't. Oh. No, they're just getting excited over a cent or two. But I think that might be it for today. All right, market closed. Wow. So that was our range today. Just topping out at the 786 fib. All right, Matthew. Sounds good, brother. Yeah. So let's take a look at the daily. Let's take a look at what happened. I don't think it's enough to classify this as a Dragonfly doji. I guess it depends on how you look at it. But yeah, it's not really, it's not, oh shoot. But yeah, it's just not, I don't know. Guess you could. Dragonfly-ish. Yo, Praveen, thanks for the heart, buddy. Appreciate you too. But I guess it depends on how you look at it, right? Like if you look at it like this, it could look like one. But again, that is just one part of the, you know, analysis. So, you know, it is still bullish, right? So GME is bullish. It's above 50. Tomorrow we'll probably get another you know, bar that's higher. Dark pool, anything that's left on the last part? No. Yeah, it's well above the 50, so that's really good. Unity is just cracked out of its mind. I just can't believe this. But yeah, on the daily, if you go here and then you open up the 50 and 200 moving average, it's above the 50 moving average. So that's really, really good. That's really awesome. Okay, so like I mentioned, if you're looking at your next targets, right, 2404, right, close the gap here, head to 2404, and then we'll start talking. Will it reject? Will it break above? If it does break above, we're looking at 30, right? So we're gonna use our indicators. We're gonna use Metric Pro, and we're gonna see where GME will go. But right now it's looking pretty bullish. Because like I mentioned, okay, so if you take this, okay, let's get rid of these for a second. Okay, let me just delete this. Okay, use your support fibs, right? Just basic Fibonacci's, okay? From your bottom to your high, it'll generate these Fibonacci's retracements, okay? So when GME fell down, it caught, right, the golden pocket. What happened? It bounced afterwards, okay? Then you went back, retested it again. Saw a nice bounce to the top side. Caught another one here, right? That's your third time. And now you're on your fourth time here, right? And you're breaking above Metric Pro Plus. Okay? So what you're looking at, okay? So if you do break above Metric Pro Plus, let's say you scroll a little bit back here, I'll just show you, okay? So if you do break above it, it's not chump change, right? Like, look at this. Oh my God, hang on. Let me just remove that. That's 20%. Okay, 20%. You wait again. You get back above. It's about 10 or 8. Okay, so that's 28% total. That's almost 7, right? And then over here, you saw your monster move from the kitty, right? And when you did fall below, it didn't look really bright, okay? And now you're breaking above it again. So earlier in the day, we talked about this. This was about, let me just zoom in a little bit more so we can see. So this was almost 9. And this one was about 10-ish. Okay. So if you're looking at this, right, that's almost 20%. And now you're breaking above it again. Okay. So targets. What are we talking about? Okay. Let's just get actually, no, I won't get rid of this. Let's close this and let's lock that. All right, targets, okay? So, what was this? Okay, close enough. So you take your high to your low, okay? You'll generate these fibs to the upside, okay? The max fib extension comes in at $144. All right, $144. Okay, obviously you're targeting all-time highs and all that stuff, but it's a discussion for later. But over here, what we're looking at right now, okay, right now, what we're looking at, we've already broken above the Metric Pro Plus on the daily, okay? The last time you did this, right, you saw some nice gains to the upside. And before this, oh my God, you saw a huge move up over here, okay? 24. Okay, that's the first thing that we do need to break. So close the gap here. All right, close the gap here. Head to 24. All right. If you're able to break 24, okay, you need to hold 24 as a base. All right. After you hold 24, you should end up going to 29, okay, where you'll see a lot of resistance, okay? Because if you take your, here, let's do a line. Okay, and you just look across. That's all you got to do. Just draw these lines and just look across, and you'll see. Okay, get my drawing tool here. Okay, first of all, you saw resistance right here. Okay. It was support over here. Okay, resistance here and then support over here. Okay, so this is a huge area. Okay, 24. All right, then you're looking at 29. Okay, so if you go here, follow this green line, right? Became resistance here, right? So that wasn't great. All right. But you look at 29. Okay, what's at 29? Well, it was resistance, right? It was resistance. Then you go on this side. Oh, it was resistance again. Then resistance again. Right? So 29 is going to be a huge spot for GME. Right? If you're able to break above that, well, you're just off to the races now. Like you're going to the golden pocket, and if you're able to break that, you're looking at 64, the high, breaking 80, and then heading to 144, or all-time highs and then 144. So right now the data looks really good. Right, on the weekly, let's just get rid of this so we're not confused. Right, the last time you broke below metric pro plus, right, was over here. Okay, so that was in August of 2022. That was a couple years ago. GME saw a huge downside to a tune of 70-ish%. Okay, and when it did finally break above metric pro plus, saw a nice move up, right? And now it's just holding metric pro plus. Okay, it's holding it very, very nicely now. At least that's what I see on the weekly. Right, on the monthly, kind of looks like this. Right, so let's just take a look at the times that I did break above. That was 146% move. And over here, this was January sneeze, 2000%. Over here, 197% move. So it's looking really good, you guys. It's looking really fucking good. Yeah, run Jimmy, run. Yeah, man. GME is the most criminally manipulated stock ever. I mean, everything on the market is, right? Everything's more algorithmically driven. So if you have really good algorithms, right? Shout out to myself. Okay, you don't have to guess, right? Just take away the guessing. That's all you gotta do. All right, let's go on the 15-minute. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. If you do enter here, right? Or wherever. Let's just say you enter here, okay? You set your stop loss. Let's get risky, right? Let's do something like 15. And why is this all the way down here? Oh my god. Scuffed. And you're willing to risk, let's say maybe 5% of your portfolio. All right. Just ride this wave, right? You haven't been stopped out yet. Over here, you might be stopped out. That's fine, because you entered over here. And what is that? That's almost a 40% move up, right? And let's say you do enter again. Well, you enter the same stop loss again, right? So you're going up. Just follow this line. Oh shit, stopped out. All right. So let's see what that is. 136%. So do the math, you guys. That's a lot of money. Right? But if, you know, like a lot of people who entered up here, just take this out. They entered up here. Well, how are they going to know? Right? You're just guessing at this point. So let's take away the guessing. Right? Let's make actual educated guesses, right? That help increase your probability of winning. So So let's say movement over here. So just this morning. No, not this morning. I'm trolling. Friday. All right, Friday. Well, here's what happened, right? Earnings, you saw a breakdown below metric pro plus. So that's your first bearish sign. And you should think, maybe entering here is not that great. Well, yeah, it wasn't that great because it fell, right? Continued to fall. You did have some upsides here. Again, if you take your stop losses, right, and you enter a tight one, 2%, right, and you're targeting like maybe 10 or 15 or maybe the gap fill, right, and you're like stopped out, right, and it did act as resistance. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? Plenty of times until you got your first breakout. And when you did break out, again, just take your stop loss and apply it here. And look at that. Magic. And you still haven't been stopped out yet. So if you want to learn more, guys, just send me a DM and we'll get you started. There are people out there charging like ridiculous amounts out there. And I think it's pretty fair and reasonable for what I'm offering. And in Discord, to get access to Discord, you get access to unusual whales. You can find a net flow alerts, dark pool data, all that stuff we're looking at on stream. You'll have access to it. But right now is not a time to be bearish, guys. It's pretty bull. Not financial advice. It's pretty bullish, all right? And if you look over here, right, on the 4 hours, it's pretty freaking bullish to me. Right? Let's just take a look here. This was a 457% move. You did drop below, right? But wait for your opportunity, right? And it did get above. What is this? 127. Broke below. Okay? And when it did break above, it's 8% move. And over here, this was a 21% move. Okay. Over here, this one was a 9% move. And this one was an 11% move. Right? Take advantage. This is your time to start winning now. Start and stop losing. But to reiterate, last time, or my what I was talking about last time, again, looking at 24 for your first target on Jimmy. Well, actually first closing this gap, right? But after closing this gap, you're looking at the 236. Okay. If you do happen to reject it, right, you're looking at coming back down like that. But if you do break above it, you're looking to hold. Just hold this area before slowly moving up. Okay. To 29. After it breaks 29, I think that's really like, guys, you know, no one really knows where. Like, I mean, for sure, you're going to go to the golden pocket, right? But after breaking this point right here, right, you're looking at targeting the next highs. And that's really freaking bullish. So that's what we're looking at. For some reason, like Unity just started running. But that's all we got for today. You know, I'll be on tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, you guys. You guys, hope you have a good rest of your day. And make sure you hydrate. Drink lots of water. All right, we'll see you, folks.